elaborate on that for us?
Well, indeed I can. Do I have to, or would you like to elaborate?
Actually, that's something that you can teach me as well, so I want to listen.
Oh, okay. Very well. So let me break it down then. When we talk about water signs in cosmophysics, a.k.a. astrology, all right, we're talking about the human capacity to emotionalism and spiritualism. We're talking about a subjective matter as opposed to an objective matter, right? We are all 12 signs. So people who are like, yeah, well, I'm not into the subjective. Yes, you are. You have subjective issues. You have an understanding of things that are subjective, whether you're willing to openly admit to it or not, right? Water signs deal with emotion. Okay, so when you hear a cosmophysicist physician talk about water signs, they're referring to your emotional side. They refer to the high and or low psychological capacity of your existence and expression within that existence. Right? Signs in planets in water signs, which are Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer, deal firstly with emotionally on the lowest level, emotionally with sympathy, which is Pisces, with empathy, which is Cancer, and apathy, which is Scorpio. Okay? We all have the tendency to be apathetic, to not give a fuck, to not care, or to not feel. We all have the capacity and propensity for sympathy. There are certain events that erupt in our life that require us to act or feel or react sympathetically to another person's plight or our very own. We all have the capacity and the opportunities in life to deal with those events and those processes in life that require us to feel empathy. Now let me describe what I understand these words to mean in my mind. Empathy is when you know how a person feels, or you can relate to how they feel. You don't necessarily feel hurt for them, you're not sorry, but you understand or you comprehend, you can relate to what they're going through. That is empathy. That is the cancer in you. This is what propels you to protect another. Okay? Sympathy is when you actually feel another person's pain. When you actually feel sorry for an individual. Or when it hurts you to see another person go through hurt. This is sympathy. This is described by aspects to and positions therein and planets that aspect are in Pisces. Alright? If you have planets in Scorpio, this is apathy. This is, I don't feel what you're going through. I don't give a fuck. I mean, that's a harsh description. But it is required by doctors, surgeons, okay, to have apathy in their performance. They may have sympathy for your condition, which propelled them to be a doctor. They may have empathy in their position, which having suffered the same plight or having been through a condition in life that subjected them to someone that suffers the same as you to propel it. But apathy is the ability to emotionally remove yourself from another person's pain. You don't feel, I don't feel shit. I don't care what you know. So the surgeon has to do this, has to have a degree of that. This is why Scorpio is the silent surgeon. Because the surgeon has to take a knife and cut you. So he cannot let the fact that you're going to feel pain when you wake up from this operation, you're going to bleed during this operation. He has to remove himself emotionally. This is the emotional component on a psychological level. Pisces is psychic, okay? Pisces it visualizes what you're going through without even having gone through it, without having any certain knowledge of what you've been through. Pisces can sympathize with you. They can understand what you're going through. Cancer, having gone through similar circumstances, can empathize with you. Yeah, man, I've been through that before. I know exactly what you're going through. That is the cancer in you, okay? Scorpio is you were wrong, man. So that's why that happened to you. I don't feel sorry for you. Scorpio is also the ability to look to the core and peep game for those people who share my colloquial, for those people in my culture, because that's what this is, what I'm doing this for real, alright? Those people who can peep game, who can see through all the bullshit. That psychic ability is scorpionic. To be able to see, to notice a person's motives, to recognize exactly where they're coming from. Okay, that's basically it in terms of the psychological and the emotional. Physically, Pisces is charity. You know, you give to a person, you sacrifice yourself. Your unconditional love is what that would be. Okay, Cancer reflects more upon the brethren type of love, the fact that you bind with human beings, so you're nurturing and protective. Scorpio deals with the punishment. You were wrong. Again, you need to pay for what you did type of emotional output. So also that you must give as you receive is scorpionic. So we all have these tendencies in us. You know, if you study astrology, you can easily find where these inclinations and these tendencies or idiosyncrasies in people lie by looking at where the signs are on the cusps and reading them and deciphering the cusps, which are the areas in life where people will be confronted with and be most inclined to display this type of area, or where a person is most inclined to feel and have that inner experience. Right? Reese, did that leave anything out in your mind?
No, you didn't leave anything out as far as I know. I also noticed that where Neptune is placed in a person's house also identifies where they're psychic, or they're able to have some type of understanding without having been through the condition as well.
Okay, let me elaborate on that. Neptune is the planet of inner vision, firstly. Alright, it is the vibration that refracts solar energy onto this earth and vibrates through our form that gives each one of us the ability to adopt or adapt to circumstances having no knowledge, which in English is faith or belief. You know, your beliefs and your faith and your confidence in the unknown come forth when you are subject to a situation you have no valid experience, no memory to draw on, no experience, no empirical evidence to draw on, no physical, tangible proof. So, Neptune's place in your chart will indicate where you have the ability to bring this to fruition at its highest point. Now, mind you, Neptune is one of the slowest moving planets. And by progress, by either system of progress, whether you're using the ratio of a combination between the mathematical formula of the sun and the moon, whether you are using the moon's rate, whether you let me repeat, let me reiterate that, let me go back into that. Whether you are looking at a chart that moves your moon down to the speed of the sun, whether you are looking at a progression that moves the ascendant to the speed of the moon, whether you are using a progress that moves the ascendant at the speed of the sun, or whether you are using what they call a direction, which moves every planet at the sun's speed at the same rate as the sun, which twists your chart around. You will find that, oh man, I done lost myself, man.
Neptune. You find Neptune still in the same place?
Yeah, exactly. Neptune doesn't move very far. Okay? So therefore, your ability to draw upon the energy which requires you to practice persistence and courage and optimism in the face of having no experience or knowledge is illustrated by where Neptune is. Alright? And this placement is actually very strong in the realm of human experience. Because as a human being, you come into this life not having any knowledge or any memory of any knowledge other than your talent. You know, you're born with certain talents and you know how to use them intuitively, but we're discussing the inner vision here. So you have no experience in this present life. Neptune gives us the hope, the faith, the will, the courage,